Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you here like always. In today's video, we're going to be continuing our series of aviaries from around the world. Now, if you're new to the channel, this is a series I created a while back where I show you, the viewer, a variety of different aviaries from different parts of the world so that you can get a better understanding of how others keep and care for their birds. In today's video, we're going to be traveling to the UK to meet Oliver. Now, Oliver also has a YouTube channel here called OC Aviaries, and I highly suggest that you guys go check out his channel. He has some amazing content. But before we do that, let's go head over to his aviary. Let's take a look at some of the birds that he keeps and how his journey began. Oliver's journey with birds started at a very early age. Ever since he can remember, he has shown an interest in birds. From watching wild birds at the feeder to a family of blackbirds raising chicks in the garden. As he grew, so did his interest in birds, and in 2013, he began keeping and breeding chickens, ducks, soon followed by building his first aviary back in 2016, where he kept a good mix of foreign finches alongside various game birds such as bobwhite quails, Chinese quails, and partridges. Then, in 2019, he made some changes and decided to dedicate all of his efforts into breeding British birds and some canaries. Currently, Oliver is working with 5 species: European greenfinches, English bullfinches, common redpolls, twites, and canaries. And this year, for the very first time, he will be having a go at breeding some mules and hybrids by crossbreeding redpolls with bullfinches, white Norwich canary with bullfinches, greenfinch with bullfinch, and crossbill with Norwich canary. One of the species that Oliver is most excited about receiving this year are the Eurasian hawfinches. These are a very rare native bird in the UK and even rarer in captivity. Currently, he has a total of 60 birds, but obviously this number changes depending on the time of the year, especially during the breeding season. All of his birds are kept in both cages and flights. During the breeding season, space is of the utmost importance, and knowing how to set up the birds can make or break a season. For example, the redpolls will happily breed in cages, while the European greenfinches are better suited for flights. So far for Oliver, the hardest species he has worked with have been the crossbills. Although he's been successful with them during the very first year of getting them, including getting these birds to actually lay eggs after only a few weeks at being at home, the second year has been a struggle. Crossbills will breed anytime out of the moult as they are opportunistic breeders, but generally they will nest from February to May in the UK. This species loves to chew on wood, so as you can imagine, the right enclosure is needed for them. And their wood chewing is also one of the reasons why they have caused Oliver such a headache when it comes to breeding them, as pairs will build a nest one day before chewing it and destroying it the next. Alright guys, now time for my favorite question. If you've been part of this series and you've been keeping up with the series, you know that I ask this question to every single breeder that we show on the channel, and that is, what tips do you have for others who are starting in this hobby? And Oliver said that the best tip that he could offer us is to go for easier species first, such as redpolls and greenfinches, before moving to the harder and more sensitive birds like the bunting, bullfinches, and so on. Also, do get in contact with local breeders who can not only offer advice on these species, but also provide you with good quality stock. Be sure to do your research before buying any birds. Some species can be territorial, so having them in a mixed collection is to be avoided. Thank you so much for those tips, Oliver. I am sure that they will help out many who are starting in this hobby. Now, while I have you here, for those that do not know, Oliver also has a YouTube channel named OC Aviary. Now, Oliver, if you please can, tell us a little bit more about what you show on your channel.
Alongside keeping different species of British finches and canaries, we also visit a number of different shows from sort of September time round to the spring. So we have the National Exhibition at Stafford in October. That's a great show. There's thousands of birds there, thousands of bird breeders and keepers where you can go and buy birds, but also see many of the birds on show there, such as the British species, varieties of canary, zebra finches, lovebirds and budgie Apologies. So we go and take a look around that. We have the Newark show, which is a slightly smaller show in the UK compared to Stafford, but again, loads of different birds on sale there. We also then go around to different places around the UK. So we had the Lancashire British Bird and Mule Club show in November this year, and then we had the Staffordshire British Bird and Mule Club show in January of 2022. So it's been really good doing that and nipping around those sort of places. We've got a few more shows left, and then we have the big Stafford Spring Bird sale in March. And then we also do take various trips around to different people's setups so we can have a look at their birds. We also do Zoom rooms, so we'll do Zoom calls with various fancies from around the world, not just the UK, talking about their birds, as well as such as medication, artificial insemination, and all sorts of different tips and keeping, things like that. So hopefully if that is something that you do like, then you can find all of that at OC Aviary on YouTube.
First of all, Oliver, thank you so much for taking the time to show us those videos. We've really enjoyed taking a look at some of the birds and how you keep them. It's very interesting to see how every breeder's journey begins. Now for Oliver, that journey began very early on, and it seems like that's the case for a lot of the breeders that show in this channel. Most of their interest in birds began at a very early age. Now Oliver is still very young. He's only 19 years old, and it's incredible to see how much he's been able to accomplish at such an early age with some of the species that he keeps. Oliver, I wish you the best. Hopefully you continue to have success with all of these species, and you have an amazing breeding season this year with some of those hybrids. I'm very interested to see what you're able to do with those. Like always, guys, if you're interested in following Oliver's channel, make sure to go to the description box below. We'll have a link there to his YouTube channel called OC Aviaries. If you've enjoyed the video, remember to hit a like, subscribe. Like always, guys, I hope that you've enjoyed the video. We will see each other in the next one. Bye.